Okay, guys, so today I didn't actually really have something planned today, but since I wanted to release a video, I am going to say it now. The power scaling video on doors is probably gonna come out tomorrow. That's gonna be scaling the smaller entities. But for now, we're going to do a little bit of a versus battle, and actually, this is going to be fixing a old take of mine, because this old versus battle is actually going to be Saitama versus Goku, one of the most controversial matchups ever. I mean ever. Now, first of all, I want to start off by saying my conclusion. Goku would win. He would win pretty casually. And the reason why he would do it is because he outscales. Now, I really wanted to do this since back then I really didn't realize I wasn't really good at power scaling. I didn't even know it was called power scaling. I just said a lot of things without knowing what I was doing, because back then I was horrible at it. Doesn't like recently when I started actually making power scaling videos, I actually knew a little bit more of what I was doing. So yeah. And basically I'm just gonna get into the feats of these guys and really address why Goku absolutely demolishes Saitama, and it's not even close. So we obviously have the infamous macrocosm busting feat, where Goku and Beerus clash fists. Sorry for the spelling mistake. Yeah, it was very bad on my part. But basically, they obviously create a shockwave that was going to destroy the entirety of Universe 7. Now, no, this was not Universe 7. This was the Universe 7 macrocosm. And as you can see, it actually reached the Kaioshin realm. Now, you've probably heard this a lot of times, but the Kaioshin realm is outside of the baseline universe, or the thing in the middle of the macrocosm. Show the Korean statements. By the way, they are valid as well. Just watch Drip Sauce video on discussing why it's valid, and I'm just gonna go to them. Now, basically, this fan right here asks, is there an infinite hierarchy? And this is referring to the living world. As previously, another person stated that, is there an infinite hierarchy? What do you mean, an infinite layers in the living world? And then Korean responded, yes, in terms of the context of infinite dimensions, which is hyperversal already. Now, I'm just gonna play it out. This is from Drip Sauce's video. There you saw, Koyama confirm it. And the construct is already in existence. So, yeah. And because it's infinite, on top of housing infinite dimensional constructs that have an explorer between them, that means that the living world is a low-order versal. Now, low-order can literally just be decent. But if you remember, anything outside the living world would necessarily have to be outer versal. So, even the parts of Otherworld are outer versal, and Otherworld conceptually transcends spaces outside of, the living world, meaning that the living world is, very small, meaning that afterlife is high outer versal, because it, lacking the concept of space and time, can also be an implication of it also, very much being conceptually transcendent of, all the other stuff. Now, as for speed, I'm not gonna delve deep into this, because first of all, Ki amplifies Goku's speed as well as his strength, meaning that the shockwaves that could destroy the macrocosm would obviously have irrelevant speed and on a high outer versal level. And that's it really for Goku. I could go into multipliers that are infinite, but I'm not, since he already wins this in base form. But let's get into Saitama. Now, obviously, at this point, a lot of people know about Saitama grabbing Empty Void's Dimensional Slash And he did it pretty casually, like 2 fingers casually to be exact. Now, Dimension Slash is an attack that ignores energy, size, and distance, and there's really not that much contradicting it. And if you say the attack is traveling because we see it and characters can react, that is dumb because, first of all, Blast had to actually use a special kind of portals to just get out of the Dimensional Slash, and it traveling is just a visual effect for the readers to see and actually understand what the hell is happening when he initiates the attack. And also, the space outside the universe is still affected by time, so it could still travel and still ignore distance. Because something that has infinite or inaccessible speeds can still ignore distance even though it's affected by time. So yeah, doesn't really matter. Now Saitama catches this casually and then obviously pulls Empty Void while he's outside of the universe, which casually is 4-dimensional. Why? Well, the One Punch Man universe already has space-time, and even if you argue that there are other realms that have space-time, this would make the One Punch Man universe, the universe, not the multiverse, low multiversal. But if you want to argue there's an infinite space-time continuum because of Blast Realm being infinite, because of the hand sign and other stuff, blah blah blah, you can, and get the One Punch Man multiverse to 5th-dimensional. Now, because Void resides in a 5th-dimensional realm, he would have infinite 4D power. Saitama catches him casually, making him infinitely 4D. At best, you can try to argue infinitely 5D by using some infinite universe shenanigans, but that is it. And Saitama being able to pull Empty Void out of there will grant him immeasurable speed. So, conclusion. Saitama loses this fight to Goku badly, and I'm not gonna cover hacks and maybe cover it in the next video. Bye. You could argue Saitama's outer reversal due to transcending God's realm, which could transcend the many worlds interpretation, which is the One Punch Man multiverse. Meaning that, it would make him low outer reversal to outer reversal, but it doesn't matter because Goku would still beat him pretty badly. He would in fact one-shot him in base form, and it doesn't really change anything about the fight. It just changes Saitama's tier, but more consistently, Saitama's around infinitely 5D to 6D using some Empty Void skill. And yeah, that is it.